G'day QB movement here at QB conference, having a wonderful time. This is Wednesday, and man, we are having a blast being gathered together. I'm here with Jonathan Dove. Jonathan, welcome.
Kia ora.
Yeah, great to have you here. We're whānau already.
I like it. Well done.
That's right. Part of the Baptist family.
Te reo Māori coming through. Yeah.
Bit of a Kiwi. Jonathan's one of our speakers here at conference, but is a Kiwi. And Jonathan, I'd love to know, when you came to Australia, how far did you get before you heard your first g'day?
Oh, it must have been certainly the first couple of minutes. Getting up the plane, getting before the biosecurity. You know, that long line before biosecurity. Yeah, it would have been there. Yeah.
I went to New Zealand recently, and I reckon the first kind of Kiwi moment I had was at passport control, when the guy's like, I said, "Oh mate, here's my passport, I'm from Australia," and he said, "Oh, easy as, bro, come on in."
That's us.
I'm like, easy as, straight away. So here from New Zealand, I saw in your notes about yourself that you love a good coffee. Tell me about your perfect coffee. Like, what are you looking for when you're trying to nail that perfect cup of coffee?
Oh, certainly for me, double shot flat white, but I look more at the barista and the cafe. It has to have like a long line next to it, or it's probably not a good cafe and not a good barista. And then I really like the fern leaf that the barista makes.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a high standard for
That's key. That's key. Well, we're already friends because coffee, God, Jesus, Holy Spirit, Bible, church, the mission. Coffee's second tier. It's really up there.
Yeah.
So from New Zealand, tell us a bit about the church that you lead.
Yeah, so Grace City Church, so right in Auckland, we have 4 locations, but what I love about us is we have 55 countries of origin and all coming together. So if I'm really honest, it took me a while to love our church as she is, because we're like, I really love the artistic church and that church, but it's such a superpower for us to actually bring all this diversity together as one church and to see what God can do in the midst of that. So I love it.
Oh, wow. And multi-site church?
Yeah, so four locations. So we just planted 2 locations in the last 18 months. In a new suburb, 53,000 people with just 6 churches. So we looked at that and thought we need to plant there. And then 6 weeks ago, we began a university. So right on the university campus.
Oh my goodness.
And how God's orchestrated that a little earlier than we're expecting, but loving seeing what's happening.
Oh, wow. Exciting. 55 nations, man. It's so diverse. You're in the biggest city in New Zealand. And I know you personally, Jonathan, have a real heart for the city. I'd love to hear just a bit about the story of trying to get unity amongst the churches in Auckland. Share a bit about what was on your heart and how that's progressed over time.
So back in 21, I was asked to begin leading end of 2020, begun to lead our Auckland church leaders group, made up of like denominational heads and large city churches, but it's almost like a coffee group with pastors. A good thing, high relational. But as I began to converse with the leaders, just to go, well, we all talk about this cliche, we're better together, but can any of us actually point to what we've done together?
Where's the fruit?
Where's the fruit of it? Yeah. So we eventually got away, had an overnight retreat, began to pray in that space and talk about, well, what do we see? What are the actual problems? And who's doing something about it? And what is possible? And things really changed significantly.
Okay. So when you looked at that sort of problems, what did you see as the issues facing the city?
Yeah, so one of them was just the lack of healthy church planting.
Okay.
And so that eventually coming from realizing in the conversations with a whole bunch of people, all we could count was like on one hand the amount of healthy church plants we've seen, not just in our city but across the nation. So the good news of that, because it's a bad news story, but good news story, is within 2 years we formed a learning community and we've now seen 32 churches planted across our country.
Oh, wow.
And we now have this vision to see a healthy, outward-focused church within easy reach of everyone in New Zealand.
Wow.
And we believe that's possible. We've done a few stats, gone through and identified all the registered churches in the country and thought about what's needed, and we know there's now 600,000 New Zealanders without an easy access to a church.
Wow.
And so now we've identified where are those areas we need to plant, and to see like a variety of churches and movements kind of leaning into that, going, we'll take that one, that one, we're cheering you on for that one.
Oh, that's
it's really fantastic.
It's so good. And we've got a similar vision at QB. We've got a vision to see a thriving church within reach of every Queenslander.
Yeah, fantastic.
So within half an hour drive. So no matter where you live in Queensland, you can get to a thriving church where you're going to hear about Jesus, be welcomed into faith community, and have your life transformed.
Yeah,
that's on our heart. Jonathan, as you've been hanging around QB for a few days here, and obviously been talking with Jason in preparation to come into the conference. What's your, I guess, a word of encouragement for the QB movement as you've been listening and talking with people? Yeah, do you have a sense of, encouragement for us?
Yeah, what I've really loved is the sense of expectancy in the room. Everyone talking about, God's on the move. God's doing something. We want to lean into that space. So I just want to see, just go for it in that space. I really love seeing the investment in younger leaders coming through. I mean, hearing the 3 communicators this morning, they nailed it. I mean, phenomenal communicators.
I was feeling very insecure about my own preaching, actually.
Like, I'm glad I didn't go after them.
That's right.
I mean, they're just phenomenal. And to see that faith and that desire and to hear them calling out to QB to go, we see revival. We just want you to back us and really back this young generation coming through. I thought it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
If there was something else, I guess if I'm encouraging something, I love to see more of the unity space and I love seeing what's happening in QB and imagine what can happen when QB even connects links arms with other groups and other churches in the towns and regions to do something. I just think, we say better together, but if we could actually, see brokenness and go, actually, like the Nehemiah story, that those walls have been broken for so long.
What can we all do if we link
But if
arms
we're all
together?
coming together,
That's
we can
right.
actually do something phenomenal in our time in
right.
this place.
I love this idea that all of us are better than any of us.
Yeah.
In other words, the unity, the strength we have in unity surpasses the most gifted, talented leader, church, group, whatever, and how all of us need to play our part with the kingdom mindset to see the community transformed. And that's it's just so awesome to hear what God is doing through your leadership and through the movements that you're a part of. And mate, thank you so much for your encouragement. Let's go grab a coffee.
Sounds good.
See ya.